My last two guides showcase how strong the physical side of Metaphor Refantazio is. But you allocated all your points in magic, and you're regretting your life decision. Don't worry, I'm there with you. This is my best attempt at making the magic main character work. So with that out the way, let's get into this, yeah? This build will not include the Prince archetype since it has nothing to make the magic MC shine. For some reason, Atlas didn't give us a single severe magical attack. Yes, it has extreme, but the damage difference between extreme and severe is 50%, so this archetype's a joke. Instead, we'll be relying on the classic mage lineage. Elemental Master to be precise. It comes with a free magic boost, which we desperately need. Metaphor is the main build around skill, but you can run Skyfall Bolt if you want to change up the animations. As for inherited skills, we'll need Hyper from our brother class Warlock. This will increase our next magical attack by 250%. Unlike physical builds, there is no party-wide variant of this, so we have to give up our passive slot for this, which already hurts our damage output. After testing every single passive that benefits magical damage, I'm back to the good old faithful. Revenge Seeker from Destroyer! That's right, even on the magical build, we're using this because it increases our damage by 100% at 1 HP. The second best passive is actually Magic Circle from Mage, but in order to get full value, we need 4 Mage lineage, which is not a good idea, and I'm sure most of you don't want to run a mono-type team. We're still using it, because perhaps in the future, they'll make Warlock great again. I was originally thinking of running Warlock in this party to use Lost Wall, but for some reason it doesn't want a Mage lineage to activate this. Our last passive will be Arcane Unity, since we can miss and have had it happen 3 times in my 5 days of testing. Yes, it's a low chance, but it's the same 10% damage increase of any other passive while increasing our accuracy. These were the 4 inherited skills I found to work the best, and there's no other real replacement since everything's 10% for magic. As for equipment, you'll want the highest attack power on your weapon, the best being Yggdrasil Staff, which can be obtained from Juna after unlocking 90% of our archetypes. Notice how I said unlock, you don't need to master them, otherwise any of these will suffice until then. For armor, wear anything they'll give you the most magic. For gear, you'll want the same. I, however, was already at the cap of 99, so I decided to use the Knight's Last Stand to spice things up. As for accessories, the Overlord Sash is non-negotiable. We're already down on our damage output due to giving up a passive slot, and we can't critically hit, so we need this damage increase. You can obtain this from the Colosseum Gold rank match. Your first important teammate will be anyone on Warlord. I'm using Hulkenberg since she was already on this archetype for my alpha testing. Warlord is very good since Formation of Vigor boosts all allies' damage by 40% and puts them in the front row. While this is normally bad for the mage to be on the front line, we do need to be up there for Revenge Seeker. For passives, you'll want Vidyarta or Debilitate from Trickster. This lowers the enemy defense by 20% for each stage, so at stage 3 they have 60% less defense. This means we're dealing 60% more damage, and it's multiplicative with our attack buff. The other passive slots are free for whatever you want. As for equipment, you need the General Semaphore. This will increase your attack by 1 stage or 20% right at the start of battle. You could get the base weapon in the Forsaken Tower and then purify it at the church. The armor, gear, and accessory are all used to make up any agility shortage you may have, so you go ahead of the protagonist. Our second teammate can be anyone. I use Heisme as he has the highest base speed, so I don't have a headache trying to speed tune the other units. We're using him specifically for his naturally high speed and luck, but we need him on the Faker lineage. After losing Hero's Cry from Prince, this was the only way to consistently make this build work without making you guys go and fish. I know, it sucks to rely on RNG, but perhaps I could comfort you with my testing of over 200 attempts. I only failed 11 times. That's comforting, right? For passives, you could put whatever, because we'll be rolling the dice with Faker's Roguery. For a weapon, you'll need the Joker's Knife, as they increase the odds that there is a positive outcome from Faker's Roguery. You could acquire this from Heizme after getting 90% of his archetypes unlocked. His armor is anything that will give him the most luck. For gear, Fortune's Grasp is the highest luck increase we can get, and you will naturally obtain this while going for Overlord Sash. Our accessory is Narcissus Brooch. You get this from that dude. I'll have a picture on screen because I don't remember his name. Beat him up in the 5th area and you get this accessory. The final support is Juna. You could use anyone you like, but I use her because she naturally has the 2nd highest agility. You'll need Persona Master for Thunderhead Dance. This allows Skyfall Bolt to be your main damaging skill. Otherwise, Royal Mask Dancer has Hellfire Dance for Metaphor. The only passive she needs is the debuff the Warlord didn't take. Just like the other support, our attack power doesn't matter, so use whatever. Like Heizme, I'm using this to synergize with our high agility. The armor, gear, and accessory can be anything. Before we actually get into the fight, you'll need to get to 1 HP. I suggest removing 2 teammates so it's the MC and 1 other person. Swap to Martial Artist and go into combat. Keep passing turns with the teammate while the MC hurts himself with the HP costing attacks. Do this until he's 1 HP or dies. Now that everything's set up, let's go over to combo rotation. Heizme should be first. Use Faker Roguery. If it's a negative effect, just retry. Next will be Juna, Hellfire or Thunderhead Dance. Charge forward with Formation of Vigor. Power up with Hyper. Faker's Roguery one more time. All we need is a total of 5 crystals between our 2 rolls to make this combo work, which is pretty generous. Lower the enemy's defense. And now get to stage 3. Drop that Meteor or Thunderbolt and watch the enemy get 1-hit KO'd. Hopefully you kill any boss in your way, and don't forget to subscribe for more Metaphor Refantazio builds. And if you want to try out the physical MC on your next playthrough, consider checking out this video right here. Until the next video, I'll see ya.